Hey, welcome back to my channel on Going Mainstream with Linux. Are you a Windows user not really that interested in upgrading to Windows 8? Well, I have a potential solution for you. You might want to try Ubuntu. Ubuntu is a desktop Linux version or distribution, and it's backed by Canonical, an engineering group based in England, which means you can pay for support just like you get support when you buy a Microsoft Windows operating system. So let's take a look a little bit on this website for Ubuntu. If you wanted to download Ubuntu, you could click on this button here. If you're a business, you might want to explore the business tab. And one of the advantages of using Ubuntu is you don't have to spend money on licenses because it's free. And you also get a free suite, an Office suite that's really comparable to Windows. Microsoft Office. It's called LibreOffice, and it also supports Windows file formats. And if you want to pay for support, go to Desktop Management, and the name of the support package is Ubuntu Advantage. Here are the particular options that you have for Ubuntu Advantage. There's also a system management tool called Landscape for servers, 24/7 support here, and a technical library. If you want to do a tour of Ubuntu, you can go to Take the Tour tab, start the tour, pick whatever section you want to explore and click on it. Say I want to go to spreadsheets. That's what it looks like. So let's exit the tour. Next, I'd like to show Windows users what it's like to take tasks they normally perform on their computer on Ubuntu. I'm going to take all these tasks and I've divided them up into 3 slides. I'm going to be explaining them to you in more detail. But first, I'd like to give you a preview of all the tasks that you're going to be taking a look at, and feel free to pause the video at any point in time and view it at a later point in time, because it's going to be a lot of tasks to take a look at. So here it goes. First question, do I need to install an antivirus program in Ubuntu? The answer is no. Ubuntu is a form of Linux, and in order for a virus to make any modifications to programs, it needs access to the super user account name and password. Unlike Windows, where you click OK to updates, it automatically updates programs that you're unaware of. Second reason, Windows kernel, core set of programs, are fused or welded or merged together. That causes it to be inflexible. What I mean by that is, say you have a piece of hardware that you want to use only certain portions of the Windows programs on. Well, you're stuck with it. And what that means is you have all those programs taking up space on your hardware, and you only have limited room to fit more programs on there if you want to make any modifications to the software to make the hardware the way that the user wants. Which means that hardware isn't going to last as long using Windows compared with a more flexible operating system. And that's what Linux is. Linux is modular in nature. Okay, it's sort of like IKEA furniture, where you take several pieces of furniture to form one unit and it looks all seamless. Well, that's how Linux is. Okay, in each building block of Linux are particular programs, and each of these programs have particular functions. So when you put each building block next to each other, you form one unit, one kernel of Linux. And if there are particular programs that a user doesn't want, they can swap it out really easily, which makes it flexible and which makes hardware last longer. So it doesn't take up as much memory resources as Windows. Next question. Do I need to defrag Ubuntu? Answer is no. Again, it's because of the way Linux is structured. The way Linux stores data is in a sequential pattern, like standing in line, a person next to the other person in line, so you're all in that one line. Whereas in Windows, the way data is stored is in random patterns in different directories, so it's really hard to try and compact the operating system. So naturally, over time, as more programs are added and more data is stored by a user, it degrades. That's why you need to defrag Windows. Next question. What if my screen is frozen? Answer, you hold down these three keys, Control, Alt, F2, and it logs you out of the operating system. It's sort of like hitting Control, Alt, Delete in Windows. You'll be then prompted for your username at this login prompt, so type it in and then hit Enter. Then you'll be prompted for your password, so you type that in and hit Enter. Next, you will be prompted at this $sign to type in a command, and the command you're going to type in is sudo space stop space lightdm and then hit Enter. What that does is that stops the lightdm program from running, which controls the Windows Manager. Sudo stands for Super User Access. You will then be prompted for your super user password, so you type that in here and hit Enter. It will give you the status for lightdm, showing it as stopped and waiting. Then afterwards you'll be prompted for another command, and the last command you're typing in is sudo space start space lightdm. It's like rebooting the computer. Next question. Do I need to install operating system updates? The answer is yes if you want the latest patches to bug fixes. You can access these updates by going to the upper right hand corner of the screen to the gear button here and sliding down to updates available. Then you'll be starting the update manager. Well, it looks like I do have updates. All I have to do is click on this install updates button and I'm all set.